Maybe should have changed settings beforehand, but I'll mess around with them. Not what I meant to do. Yeah, it's been a while, so the setup's gonna take a bit longer than usual. Okay, very nice. Screen capture. Can I change this to 60? I can change it to 60. Excellent. You can change the bitrate too if necessary. I'll leave it as is for now. I think it's alright. Oh my god. Seems like a little blurry, maybe? Or maybe it's just because my recording device is more smooth, I'm not sure. Okay, where is... There it is. Oh, maybe I should pop this out, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah, much better, much better. Cool. Alright. Oh wait, I need that if I don't have Yoshi. Alright, not bad, not bad. I do hope the picture quality's better. Can always up the bitrate if necessary. Well, it's been a while since I've messed around with those settings. There we go. Yeah, it starts a bit finicky, because you gotta cancel the landing on a Yoshi animation. I don't know what else to call it. So I'm like holding down, landing on this Yoshi, so that I can act immediately, and backwards tongue for better excel and stuff. I was like, I've got to keep in mind not to like optimize like I would in an IL, because I always just kind of default to that. That's better if that's safer. Because I don't know, 80% is just more about hitting the things without failing entirely. So like being a little bit safer on that kind of a jump and not having to fall down there is probably quite beneficial. Yeah, okay, that prime hat's annoying because it is RNG dependent, how fast it shoots. Let's see. What did I say to do about it? Bonk head. Right. No. I'm not going to optimize W15 today. I'll do it another day. Just kind of doing it to get back into the swing of things. Okay, you don't actually need the fireball here. Yeah, like that. Should I duck jump that? Probably not. So if I duck jump, then I might get my flutter eaten. That strat's also really tempting to do. Like extremely tempting. Because it's so cool and it only saves like a second. And the punishment is death if you miss it. Alright, one more round and then we'll move on to 15-2, 3 and 4. I think the other levels are just going to play through once and then we'll get to runs. Or at least probably the singular run because I probably don't intend on doing multiple today. Although I wonder if eventually I do start doing multiple runs per day. Because I can do that, it's just I haven't really done that because playing for 4 hours continuously is kind of a lot. Yeah, good to be back, I guess. There we go, much better. Jump was a bit late, but it's fine. Oh, right, I don't want to backwards tongue there because then I'm too fast. Forgot about that. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Sundaye. I don't know, just kind of been too busy to do stuff for this game for quite a while, and so it's good to be back now. I have a little bit more free time. Do I get this? Yes, I'm getting this because I'm doing the flying up strat, which loses. I calculated it. The flying strat loses 2.2 seconds to the IL thing in this level, and that's RTA time, not in-game time. And it was kind of annoying to get these calculations. Because of all the pipe transition and power up damage shenanigans, kind of messing with the in-game time. I also looked into like shell jumping to the end. It's kind of, but I don't think it's like any easier to do fast than the IL strat already. Just because of the grabbing the shell fast and landing up on the question block's quite awkward. Then you have to like do a moving backward shell jump. Shell jumps are usually fine, but they're a bit more annoying with the raccoon leaf. Because, you know, you want to press A to, you know, bounce high off the shell, but pressing A will make you float, which is not good. And it means you miss the shell jump. Unless you've done like a full height jump, which spoiler alert, I don't actually do that. I forgot my thing. That's fine. No, it's not fine. Well, I at least know to back up, but oh my god, this is bad. You've been kind of busy too, yeah, fair. Alright. Oh, what was my end of level strat? Because yes, I'm actually optimizing the end of SMB3 levels now. I don't have one. Do I? No, I don't have a setup here. Guess I didn't have time to do it. It's probably just like jump at this hill and then try move downwards into the goal because that's fast. Except probably don't greet it that much. Okay, let's run through this one more time where we get the float. So yeah, end of level time save does matter in SMB3, is what I found from tassing and also from playing RTA. Although I wasn't sure exactly how to optimize it until I tasked it recently. So, although it may be a bit different to on console versus on emulator, because of, you know, emulator having basically less lag. And so it probably matters a lot more on emulator to optimize the ending. Oh, it's not getting PC, yeah. So anyway, the optimization is you want to land as soon as possible after touching the goal box in any regular SMB3 level that's not a castle. Because the castle is the axe and then that acts pretty normally. Because of the ending fanfare being really short in SMB3 levels. Okay, nice. Yeah, so like it loads the next level like immediately. I don't know. I wonder if I can give an example where I like jump like high into the goal, just to demonstrate the point. Doesn't really matter what power up I have. But I ought to like jump really high into it. Oh, I can't really see an editor, which kind of sucks. But trust me, that's like loses a third of a second. It's not that much, but you know, nice to know. How's the test been going? Honestly not bad. We actually have proper like scripts, so we have like hitbox scripts, and we figured out the annoying like input drops that are specific to emulator, which have been plaguing a lot of the tasks that Uemi and I made. So we have a script to like visualize where all those input drops are. So that's been extremely helpful. We've tested up to 2-3, although we're still like working on optimizing World 2. Such adding entertainment because it's kind of hard to like retroactively go back after finishing everything to add the entertainment after the fact because of things very easily desyncing because tasks are still relatively new on DS systems. Don't know what to do here, hopefully. Anyway, so it's going pretty well. It's not the strat. Oh, it's triple jump 1 to it. What am I doing? Yeah, okay. That's it. Okay. Wow, that didn't get the no-pop jump. Crazy. Yeah, let's see. Every level has been improved apart from like 1-3, which was kind of to be expected, compared to like the other tasks that we've made of those levels. So yeah, going well. I don't know. I don't really want to spoil anything, but we have found some new stuff already, which is surprising, is all I'm gonna say. I know. Oh yeah, the other thing about the chest is it also is gonna have to like optimize for like avoiding medals as well. So like in 1-2 it has to get one of the medals because it can't really avoid all the pipes or all the doors. Because you can't really exactly beat the level like that unless you somehow manage to like clip through the big wall before the pipe, which is not happening. And certainly not happening with less than 1 second, which is how much the medals lose. I don't know. The reason we're optimizing for that is just because of test videos and how the test submissions work and how they time it. And so it's like not 100% the same as an RTA run, but it's like close enough for the most part. That's honestly fine as long as I remember to jump to lift the pipe. Alright, 15-4. Do I remember the skips? Because I am going to be doing both now. Because I finally found a setup for 15-4 skip that I really like. Don't spin jump. It's early. Yeah. Second straight line, not first. Okay, but that was just wrong cue then. No. No desync. There we go. That was early jump. Worked barely. Okay, I shouldn't spin jump that because I have lower initial velocity, which means I'm more likely to bonk if I spin jump, even though spin jump's nice. Otherwise. So yeah, the test essentially is optimizing for RTA plus avoiding medals, essentially. So it's been like interesting to look at the levels for an RTA lens a bit more. I just winged this. Yeah. Okay, hold on, don't go to that. Wait, no, let me go to my practice level. Because I do not remember what my setup was. Maybe I should have looked at the setup a bit more. Hold on. 15-4. Surely I saved the 15-4. I did. Good. Alright, what was the setup? Second skip. Spin jump, spike on the spike half block, hold jump, and then hold jump. Then turn back for cannonball bounce. Is it second spike half block? Or is it... I think I know which one it is. Good to see you, hooray. Yes, we're back. It's good to be back. Alright. Well, I need a mushroom. What am I doing? Oh, I could shook Mario as well. Okay, what was the setup I did for here? I think it was just kind of do anything. No, that's the IL thing. What was the thing I had RTA? I don't remember. I feel like I did the initial jump differently, but I think is what I found was it didn't really matter how you do this first jump too much. Like, it does a little bit, but for the chomp that I'm concerned about, which is only this first chomp here, this first jump doesn't actually matter that much, which is why I really like this new strat I found. Or at least the more consistent strat I found. Because my old setup for doing second skip was bad, and was essentially IL specific. It was good because it was consistent and really fast, but it was bad for trying to do it like in full game. And so I would just kind of never do this in full game, just because my setup was IL specific. Okay, so I'm hitting the first part. It's just I've completely forgotten what I'm doing for the second part and what I'm doing and when. So with this setup, I'm gonna be spin jumping on specifically 2 chain jumps. And I am spin jumping on the right chain jumps. However, my issue is you can't hold right the entire time unless you do a control jump, which is fine. There is a visual cue for the control jump, which is like when Mario like passes this trap vertically. So when you should release jump, and then you'll land on the cannonball, because you want to land on this cannonball. So you can either do that with the control jump, or you can turn back. There are hold right setups to this skip, but I do not like them, because all of the hold right setups require bouncing off of 3 chain jumps, and getting the 3rd chain jump bounce hold right sucks, as in it's too inconsistent for my liking, just because of how everything lines up in this section. Yeah, I can't hit the first spike, otherwise that happens. So yeah, that's why I decided to go with this strat. One that has 2 incredibly consistent first chain jump bounces, and then having to manually just alter the jump of the final bounce so that it makes it to the end. Okay, I'm not slowing down enough. Ideally, do the control jump here, but... Okay, let me try the control jump, because I feel like I'm not liking the turn back for some reason. There we go. I forgot to control jump, but... whatever, that's still relatively safe. What was the time save on this again? 4 seconds? Yeah, 4 seconds. But yeah, the nice thing is I can wing this and it will work. Again, these 5 flowers that are placed over the chomps are the free chomps that you would usually bounce off of for the old IL strat, which essentially everyone else did. So like what Charbonnet, what Plonksy, what Juice does, they all do this. They all bounce off of these free chomps, is what I figured out. Alright. Let me do this one more time and then we'll get to the run. The Derust Run that is definitely going to go really, really well, because I have not played this game seriously in like a month. There we go, that's what this should look like. But then the ending is you don't really do too much. And hopefully you don't get hit by Bowser, but Bowser RNG. There. Well, this could go great or it could go very poorly. So, about to find out, I guess. Alright. Okay. Boy, do I remember how to use splits? I think I do. Let me set up my spreadsheet. 1. Okay. Oh, reset the file. Actually, I don't really need to reset the file anymore. I'll do it just because I can. But yeah, oh yeah, if you saw the 1.1 development of, oh hey, actually getting the star is faster, Unfortunately, it's like too hard to do for like runs. So like, yes, it's technically faster, but you would need to both do an incredibly clean star grab, which will probably require clipping into the wall to save time, enough time on the star grab, and getting a good stair jump without bonking. So yeah, the star is faster, but it's only faster by 0.4, and that's if you do it perfectly, which is very not realistic, because the clip is way too precise. The partial wall clip anyway. And so like at best you're breaking even to the normal thing. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Wait, no. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, too bad this, you can't use the star for the IL in 1-1. Alright, do I do the stair jump setup? Might as well. I've got to. Yeah, that's fine. Off to a good start. Nailed the setup. I thought I was late. I did the jump too high over the Goombas, but no. Yeah, that setup's good. Although that subworld needs work. Why am I doing that? I should not be doing that. Good. No sale time. I don't remember if I specifically explained what the setup was in 1-2 for the stair jump that I do now. I feel like I might have, but I don't remember if I did or not. Honestly, off to a better start than I thought I'd be. Not this stream, at least. Yeah, true. Okay, so let me go through 1-4 first. Oh my god. What am I doing? Bro. This is not how you play safe. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, okay, good. Bit of a rough pattern, but it's fine. Honestly, I don't mind that given that pattern. What is my comparison? Golds? Yeah, comparison is golds. I lost 2 seconds? Seriously? I thought I lost way more. I suppose getting the stair jump in a really clean 1-2 helps. Anyway, so my 1-1 stair jump setup is run off the pipe for consistent positioning, jump over the Goombas and land in a particular spot. Then I have a 2-frame window to do a max height jump into this onto the 4th step, and then I have to hit the frame perfect jump for the stair jump. And as long as I don't like mess up the accel out of the pipe, which is essentially hold right, which is why I don't like jump onto the blocks and like go to the spot from below, because your positioning may be different, which is why I run off the pipe instead, because it can break the setup if you don't run off the pipe, even though jumping over the Goombas can be kind of awkward. What things makes you want to do runs? Yeah, fair enough. No. Ah. Also, apparently this leaf crab is very delayed. Also, this is bad. I forgot I need to kind of be up there. What was that? Okay. Nice. Nice double kick. Well, that was slow. How slow exactly? 268. I should be getting something better. 279. So I lost 11 seconds. Great. How did I lose P-speed? I think I jumped to tail. Yeah, I tail stuck when I wasn't supposed to, which makes you lose P-speed. Oh, sure. I guess doing this. Yeah, not as clean for World 2, but whatever. Well, we're not dying at the very least. Why did I go for stair jump setup? It's not worth. Piece of chest code. Yeah, okay. That's true, that is what this derusting is for. Good. No, God. I'm glad I stopped myself. I was literally about to P-switch jump. And like, wait a minute, this is not what I should be doing. Oh man. That was early, but it's fine. Maybe that wasn't early, huh? Okay, well, we made it out of there. Unscathed, mostly. I mean, that's still very slow, but whatever. I guess the time loss for World 1 and 2 compared to goals adds up to like 1 quick death. So I'm 16.8 back off of golds. Over Grundles. Still jump. Alright, that's fine. I don't know. It's sometimes a bad thing that my habits is to just optimize instinctively. So there I decided to to intentionally hold jump for longer, so I'd be running on the platform for less time to try and get the jump off of the edge of the platform to save time. Which is stupid to do in a full game run of this length. At this point in this game's history, it's not worth it to optimize that much. because it's probably gonna kill you most of the time. Or even if it doesn't kill you most of the time, it's still not worthwhile, consistency-wise. I'm stupid. Okay. Oh man. Rusty for sure. I'm kind of more curious how like the second half of the run is gonna go with the Rust and the auto scrollers as well. I don't know, I'm just kind of more curious about what I remember and how much I do of the strats that I came up with. Oh, I thought I might have actually gotten it, but no, that unfortunately that jump's very position dependent over the staircase, which sucks because I want to like do it in runs, but like it's unless you're doing the float thing to get one frame more or 3 pixels more distance, it's not consistent. And it's not really a good way to make it consistent without losing time. Uh, 282, 260, was it? 285, alright. Hooray, we remembered. What was it? I don't know. I should not be in the middle here. Okay, I'm far off to the side. Oh, that was early. Yeah. Oh, it's 267, that's the in-game time. I want to be running to the right. Exchange. Good. Well, we didn't die, and we avoided the mushroom, I guess, so that's something. Alright. Plus 39 seconds. Yay. Alright. Well, it doesn't matter too much. Still remember the menuing. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can like tap on the screen for the menuing dialog boxes here, but you can't tap on the screen for the transitioning into the next level dialog. When it says press A, you can't tap the screen for that one, but you can for all the other ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I jumped a bit late, which made that jump kind of hard. I mean, not that hard. Still very doable. Just messed it up. I think I probably. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Oh yeah. Is definitely a punching category. Death number 2. For 2. Okay. I should not cut that flight short. Only saving 0.25 pixels per frame that I cut that flight short. And 0.25 pixels doesn't really translate to 1 frame. It's only like larger sets of 0.25 pixels that would. Actually, how many frames then? 3.25 divided by 0.25, we get 13. Yeah, it only saves 1 frame for every 13 frames earlier you start a flight. I should keep that in mind. So yes, you can optimize the flights by like going into the sweeping animation earlier, but like it doesn't save that much. Okay, surprised I got ground pound there. I thought my ground pound was way too late. Slow. But by slow I mean like half a second slow. I do care about that half second. Oh, I forgot to triple jump. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing. Got that at least. That was early. No, that was beautiful actually, okay. That was like incredibly clean, that last part. Okay. That was actually not bad. Despite that incident. Actually, maybe that's slower. Is that slower? Sorry, I know more about acceleration now, so like I'm like questioning everything. I could just try to be slower than... Although I don't know if it matters because of when you... how it lines up with the pipe. Anyway. Still within a minute of some of best at least. Alright, well, still got it. Glad I practiced this yesterday. At least even briefly. Yep, okay, fair. Let's see. I probably didn't have enough momentum there, and so I got a smaller jump. Yeah. Not that it matters, I also just kind of failed the spring drop timing. Why am I doing this? This is not a night out, my god. Alright, well. You do be dying, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. It's not that bad. Alright. Keep in mind that there's kind of already been 4 deaths, so there's probably gonna likely be a few more deaths. But yeah, there's a poll for anyone who wants to do it. Right, too much right. That's not my strat. I mean, it is, it's just not how I do the P-switch part of the strat. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh boy. Ugh. Not great. I actually get in mind like what parts I'm messing up and why. I don't know. I considered like doing like not doing it in Super Mario Challenge and just doing it in Core Spot today. But then I realized that like there's probably not that much difference between doing it in Core Spot and doing it like in the actual Super Mario Challenge, so I thought I just may as well do it in Mario Challenge. Also, I forgot my setup here, whoops. Yep. Need to use that spreadsheet. Oh, so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the strat in 4-4. Yeah, that's much better. Me actually reading over my notes. And realizing, oh, I could have done that. What am I doing? It's not what I usually do. Yeah, I forgot what my slowdown strat was here. Oh my god, there's so much. There's so many strats I didn't realize I was doing consciously. Yeah. What was the strat though? Oh, it's full jump turn back to middle spring. Okay, I did kind of do that. Just not very elegantly. It's kind of way more slowdown than was needed. Nice one up. Good optimization. Alright, not bad, not bad. Alright, do we hit the free frame? No, we do not. Okay, not that surprising, honestly. That's way too early. Remember how to do that at least. Ooh, you're back, nice. I know you only missed some deaths in World 5 and 4. Mainly World 5 though. I died to 5-2 twice, and I think there was another death in there, I'm not sure. Oh, and then no, there wasn't any other deaths, it was just very questionable strats. That mostly worked for some reason. There we go. I should actually read my strats because I have not been reading them and I've been getting punished for it, sort of. Oh yeah, there's the strat for that. Hold jump left hand like walk off bounce. Oh yeah, it's kind of a lot. I'll probably just do what I usually do. It is nice to have strats for everything, but at the same time, you do kind of have to remember what they are from my notes, because my notes are like very brief, so they all kind of fit on like half of my monitor, and so that I don't have to like scroll them around too much. Alright. What? Okay, I remember. Okay. This is a disaster. You shouldn't duck jump off of there, that's slightly slower. Aye. There goes 8 seconds. If it's any consolation, I did hit the one thing I looked up in my notes, so I'll take that, I guess. Also missed the split, nice. But yeah, we're plus 2 minutes, roughly, to goals. And the one thing I actually hit correctly was the landing in the middle of the 2 springs in the pot where you fall down, and that slide off. Although I think I was supposed to bonk the ice block to set that up, hold right. Which I don't think I did, but oh well. Level as complicated as 6-4 was probably not gonna go very well. Okay, a little sketch, but it's fine. Was it full jump at the chain jumps pixel art's eye? Yes, it was. Good. Did remember that at least. Like, I'm doing stuff and then I'm like questioning if it's correct or not. It'd be cool if you could avoid that shellmet, but because then you could like defeat these guys. Can't forget Bob. What? Okay. That's what I get for messing around, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. Hi. Oh, God. Yeah. deathless. There you go, that's a slow weapon. This is very not safe auto-scroller gameplay. Yeah. There we go. Not that bad, that jump was early. By half a block. At least I didn't panic and release jump. That would have been bad, to say the least. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately the deathless consistency is not good. That's fine, let's back up. Show them that. Oh. Yeah. I need to get a checkpoint now. Not great. 4 deaths? I appreciate the enthusiasm. Alright, plus for 15. Yep, kind of to be expected. I guess we'll just be trying to just get a sub 155 for this run. Good try. Right, I need to D-pad that if I'm doing that. Up pipe moment. That was just a matter of I didn't hold high enough? Vertically enough on my circle pad. It wasn't a matter of I just hit the pipe at the wrong spot, which it can be sometimes. One of the things I learned about when testing is like Mario's like physical like position that you see in game isn't really where Mario is actually at. He's actually like ever so slightly ahead of where Mario looks like he is physically. Which is like one of the reasons like the up pipes are so kind of don't work when it really looks like they should. Okay. I did remember, thankfully, in time. Almost jumped off too early. Why does the audio bitrate is low again? I don't understand. Anyway. Almost coinless. Need to wait a few more frames. Not good. There's a few left, I think. It was good. No pop jump. Alright, at 4. Oh, so close. Unfortunately bad ending. But yeah, unfortunately there's like no way to do this ending with like full jumps. Which means you do have to time the jump releases. Nice. Good fight. Alright, nice and safe. That shouldn't be speed early because the auto scroller is rabbit speed, that makes sense. Alright, first decent world, aside from World 1. Not bad. I'd like to see a relatively clean World 8. remembered. Not good. Oh, it was... I think I was reading the wrong spot on my spreadsheet. Oh, half block after hill, not on the hill. Yeah, that makes sense. For timing the final jump. Yeah, okay. Sure, level. Unless I agree that jump. Okie dokie, def number 6. Too bad you can't take advantage of that of that blue platform more in this level. This level is very bare bones 9-2 in terms of what you can do to save time. Alright, can we hit juice cycle? I never realised that you want to maximize the height on the first wall jump so that you can minimize the height on the second wall jump there. Something to note for when I come back to this level. For both 80% and 100%. Might be more valuable for 80% IL at that level. That's not what you do. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Because I slowed down, unfortunate. Right idea, wrong execution. Alright. Alright, good. Okay. Oh, it was small jump, big jump. I forgot. Been a lot of forgetting there. Very nice. Bad. 455 is still good there. For having no power-ups and checkpoints. Okay. Best possible time, still sub 150 technically, which is kind of wild to think about. So far this mid-gap hasn't actually been too bad. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Could have gotten piranha planted. Lucky I didn't. Yeah, good. we're remembering what to do. That's good. I was too fast. Yeah, I see. Unfortunate. So, if you're too fast, the Gumbusher will actually be on the left, where it normally spawns, which is what you don't want, because then the Gumbusher is kind of harder to get into. If you like slow down just a tiny bit, then that won't happen. So, yeah, I kind of forgot. You didn't want to go as fast as possible there. The rest of the level was very clean up until then, though, so I'm not. So that's good at least. Like, there's definitely been a lot of mistakes, but also a lot of clean movement too, which I'm happy to see. And I forgot again. Oh my god. Oh boy. 9 deaths, brutal. Yeah, I'm not having the best time, to be honest. I kind of knew this going in as well, but, you know. I do want to get this record, and the only way to get this is to consciously put in the effort. Okay, better. Because even though this is not a very serious run whatsoever, it's still good for practice. And so that I have a better idea of where I'm at and what I need to work on. That's more like it. Didn't die to the final room. The third time at least. After forgetting the first 2 times. Yeah. Probably don't need to cut back jump so close. Yeah, very nice. Best possible time 1:52. not a strat I usually do here, but they took damage because I forgot to take out the multi-mill, but that's alright. Not the multi-mill, the Rocky Ranch. Okay. Not great. Well, not good. There we go, that's what I wanted. Yeah, painful. Alright, forgot to spin World 11, that's classic. Oh, button press next. Yeah, very easy to forget to split in World 11 because of it being a partial castle level instead of a full castle level. So, of the 18 worlds, they all end in a castle level, apart from World 19, but that's the exception. However, World 11 is a funny castle level because the castle is in the subworld and not in the overworld. So the world ends with touching a flagpole instead of an axe, which is kind of very strange. I thought I was too... Okay, honestly, I don't mind doing that. If it means I don't die. Not sure if it was necessary. That turn back there. Oh, good to see you, Troy Gabriel. Welcome. So, I'm doing a Derust Run. That means, essentially, it's been a while since I've played this game, so... Or rather, run this category, so I'm kind of derusting and hopefully remembering how to do everything again. So, we're well behind PB at this point. So, definitely not going to PB or anything. So, mainly just doing it for practice and for a bit of fun. Okay, not bad. Messed up one of the 5 shots, but it's fine. Very nice. You love top 1? Nice. Yeah, top 1's not bad. Out of the clown car levels, it's definitely one of the more tolerable ones. It's kind of funny that there's when you get like a bunch of clown cars following you towards the end though. Definitely some goofy interactions with that. I know. Clown cars are very interesting entities. In a speedrun sense, not a lot of people like them because of them being kind of weird and inconsistent, but they're not bad. Definitely make the game more interesting. Alright, really back up actually there to adjust where I was shooting the wall. Usually I shoot one block higher. Oh, that might... no. It did snipe it. Autop is your favourite because the clown cars. Nice. Perhaps an unpopular opinion, but I respect it. Whoa, hello. Spin jump. Yeah. So yeah, when you spin jump, you generally kind of pass straight through clown cars, so yeah, oops. Also inconvenient that you can't arrow twirl to save it after you spin jump. I'm probably too fast here. Especially with that. Yeah. This actually does annoying because you kind of don't want to go too fast or too slow. But I was accidentally just going incredibly fast. So it's kind of awkward because of how much I had to wait. Kind of why I want to do the IL cycle, but it's like hard. Whoa. Yep, very rusty. That's for sure. Oh, I forgot the up tap. Oh, okay, that makes way more sense. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright, that was just us getting something important. Okay. I'm not that dumb. Okay, good. Obviously still very bad, but... At least I know what was going wrong in the other two attempts. So I was getting too big of a bounce off the floor there. The reason I was getting too big of a bounce is because I had too much vertical down velocity. And so my strat there is to actually tap up to slow down before bouncing off the fire bars, which then lets you cleanly get through the middle. If only this mode was in the Wii version. Yeah, would be cool if it was in the Wii U version. This category would probably be a lot more competitive as well if it was on the Wii U. Yep. Oh no. Okay. Don't know why I wanted to go for that. It's just, I don't know if I'm just cut out for this sort of category. Because I just love going for crazy strategies. But this category, it's so long and so punishing that this category is just not conducive to cool things. In terms of like a risk-reward ratio of doing cool hard things, this is very low for almost every strat. Almost forgot. Two. hitting the start button. One more. Alright, there you go. This is stardom. So this level's a P-switch escort mission, which then turns into a munch escort mission, and we can skip the entire thing by doing this. Star barely lasts long enough. And that saves like 10 seconds to doing the level normally, but is much more straightforward. Very cool strat. Okay, spin jump was too early, that's fine. Actually, how much does this save? 13.2? No, I don't have it written down here. I had it written down somewhere else. I don't remember where. I had the 13.2 assist item strat, how much that saved. Unfortunately, the only assist item in the entire game which is faster. Because unfortunately you do have to die 5 or 10 times to get the assist items in this game. And so the assist item has to be very, very worthwhile getting to get one at all. Or to even like have a chance of being considered to be worth getting. So I think like the next closest assist item to making it into the run is 18.8, from what I remember. Where you can like skip an extra room using the propeller mushroom. Also, I'm kind of winging this, not how you do this section. Didn't lose that much time though. This level, yeah, this level's annoying. I second that. Alright, 34 is annoying because you can't run and you can't like walk and it doesn't line up. So you have to like awkwardly move and then slow down again and move and slow down again. Oh no. Where? Yes, there's the spot. Avoided bopping the Cooper. Alright, clean second off at least. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what the bad levels in this game are. I don't know, there's some like the difficulty. I feel like World 8 has a few levels which are significantly harder than most of the other levels that are around them. But then it doesn't really get hard again until you get like to World 15, I want to say. I wasn't sure where the store was going to be, so I delayed that wall jump. So I got there slightly later than usual. Okay. Very nice. Nice spin jump off the axe platform as well. Alright, actually clean world 13. That's good to see. Happy with that. Only lost 4 seconds to go. Which is not a lot considering how complicated world 13 is. And easy to lose time in. So even though like a couple of those levels went a little bit off script, I've managed to not lose significant time. So that's good to see. Alright, 14-1. Probably one of the shorter auto-scrollers in this game. I don't know. I like 14-1. Mainly because it's auto-scroller, but it's actually interesting because you get to optimize the ending. And it doesn't drag on for forever. And it's actually one of the few levels where getting a power-up is faster because of how the ending of this level is organized. So the reason Mushroom is faster is because you can ground pound bricks at the end of the level. The reason the bricks are there at the end of the level is because it's supposed to be a puzzle for getting the 100% condition of reaching the end while you have a superstar. You're supposed to like figure out how to get there fast enough. And so the strategy is to keep a mushroom, well the intended strategy is to keep a mushroom and ground pound the bricks here, instead of going up and around and waiting for these donut blocks, because then the star would normally run out. Although you can still go that way because if you're fast enough and still make it to the goal of grabbing the star for 100%. Although it is a little tricky to do it fast enough. Oh, this level's always good to watch. Oh no. What did I do wrong? Was it movement or... I don't remember. Oh, I'll get to see this level again. Anyway, as I was saying, this is a very satisfying level to watch when it goes well. Because a lot of things get cut very close when you're holding right. I know, it's a fun level because there's no individual input that is really scary or hard. It's just a lot of sort of semi-type movements. Optimization, delay getting the mushroom to fit onto the skewer better, which is why we don't get that mushroom right away. Damage boosting is faster than waiting for the skewers because they do take forever to contract while underwater. A little bit slow, so that funnel part, but it's okay. Okay, I jumped late, but I realized in time. Okay. I'll take it. Alright. And now for 14-4. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately 3-minute auto-scroller. Longest one in the game, but oh well. I'm glad you don't have to sit through this at the start of the run, honestly. intentional damage there, because I want to practice the checkpoint skip. And technically getting the mushroom is also slower because of the little freezing the game when you grab or lose a power-up animation, which loses half a second. And also it loses time on the pipe transitions. It loses like 0.3 seconds per vertical pipe transition. So it actually saves a second to not get a mushroom in this level. Which is tricky because there's a checkpoint coming up that you ideally want to skip. But you kind of fall directly on it, so it's not easy to skip it. On the Goomba, that's a very deadly Goomba if you're holding right. Alright, so here's the checkpoint skip. So, would save time if I didn't forget and grab the power at the start of the level, but it's fine. I thought that checkpoint skip would be like more inconsistent, but it's extremely consistent because your position is completely normalized. And so I kind of do it every run despite it looking quite scary. Because it also means having to like not get hit in 14-4. Which is surprisingly easy to do. Because there's a lot of off-screen enemies. Goombas and lava bubbles. That you can run into if you forget where they are. Yeah, nearly to the end now. Alright, very nice. On to W15. Happy go. That was actually honestly pretty clean. Aside from the messing around at the start a little bit. Glad I remembered everything. 14-4 is definitely just one of those levels that will kill a lot of runs initially if you're not practiced at it. And even when you are practiced at it and just forget stuff. Alright. Hopefully W15 goes decently because I practiced it a little bit before starting. Very nice. Okay, bad bonk, but rest is clean. So yeah, we just kind of fodder underneath to not have to blow up the bomb, because the bomb kind of takes 4 seconds to blow up. And though we can kind of hit the bomb pretty early, it's still faster to just significantly to just kind of ditch Yoshi and go underneath. Getting to some of the last auto-scrollers now. I believe there's only... Actually, I think this might be the last auto-scroller until 18... something. Until 18-7. Which is the second last level of the run. There's like other levels that could be considered auto-scrollers. But they're kind of like auto-scroller locked by like platforms instead of being actual auto-scrollers. Where the screen where Mario can't move the screen on his own. Always fun getting flight here. Nice one up. Good pipe entry. That should be good. Very nice. Alright, clear mode 15 so far. Let's see, jump arrow 12 off pipe. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Ideally, you don't bonk there, but it's kind of hard to not bonk and slow down the perfect amount. I feel like this probably still has a chance to gold, especially because I'm doing something that I don't have in my gold split in 15-4, which is the second skip in 15-4. Alright, that's the first skip. Very nice. Alright. I don't know. The second skip is definitely one of the coolest in the whole game. I'm so glad I finally have a setup that I like, so that I can do it in runs. Yeah, 429, excellent. Alright. Alright, gold by 2.5 seconds, very nice. Love to see it. So the World 15 goal could be even a little bit better still, because of 15-1 could have been a little bit cleaner, as well as 15-3. That's not going to make it. Yeah. Nice. Turn back too much. I need to shorten that. There you go. That was clean at least. Oh. Yeah, you can't turn back on these bumpers because that will make you go in the complete opposite direction, like you just saw. Shouldn't have. I don't know. Had to back up a lot of those jumps by doing control jumps and stuff, but I made it work. But yeah, 16-1 is very particular with how you gotta do it to make the bumpers behave. It's like very important you stay on the planned route in that level. So one frame on the flagpole with the boot speaker hitbox. Or stiletto, more accurately. Yeah, the stiletto is a funny item. I don't know, this game has a few funny items. The weird mushroom that makes you jump 7 blocks for some reason. Which is higher than a triple jump, by the way. By a full block. There's also the big mushroom and costume mushrooms, although the big mushroom's kind of, you can't really access it through normal means in this game. You can get a costume mushroom though, which is cool, but you have to get it from like a big Magic Cooper in SMB1 Alright, Queen 16 free. Good start. Not queen. Love that strat. $300, that's very good. Even with that one mistake, I'm surprised that's still a 300 entry on that pipe. Optimal usually is 301. So getting 300 with a mistake is very nice. Also, unfortunately, I have to back this up since I lost the shellnet. Okay. So yeah, I lost a bit of time there, but that's alright. At least a clean backup for the most part. But yeah, ideally you don't run up there and get the power up at all, and you just use the shellnet for the damage boost over or under Bowser. Although with the strat that I came up with now for skipping that Bowser, we always go over. Alright, 2 levels to go, 16 levels. Almost really clean. So I feel like you can make it all the way up here in an IL setting with some of the newer tech that I figured out in this game. Would be tricky to pull off though. I guess I can try one wall clip for the bomb, just because this run is very not serious because of, you know, kind of being 11 minutes behind golds at the moment. Alright, let's give it a try. We'll break this first though. That wasn't it. I don't hold run. Full jump, tap left, full duck jump. No, unfortunate. Decent attempt though. But yeah, there's a very precise partial wall flip you can do there to land on that bomb inside the wall. So instead of having to get the bomb from this string, you can just use this bomb to blow up the invisible blocks and win. The intended way to beat this level is to get the spiny helmet in that bottom right key door room to break the invisible blocks. But yeah, we can just use the bomb with some good timing. Nice for a cancel. No. I thought that bomb was going to spawn later, but it spawned kind of early. Well, to be fair, I was actually looking at the pipe. I wasn't looking at the bomb at all, which is why that looked probably a bit stupid. Because I'm like trying to keep this pipe on screen, barely, so it spawns a cloud. And I like was not looking at the bomb whatsoever. No, that's how it's supposed to look. Very clean. There are slightly faster ways to do this section, but I do that for consistency. Because I think like everything else is kind of at least a little bit awkward. So this level's interesting because in terms of like how to like do this platform ride as safe as you can because of these kind of goombas that come out from the pipes. So depending on where you stand will kind of determine where the goombas land because of the screen position. So as it turns out, like standing where I was standing just now makes it so only one goomba falls down onto the platform instead of two. Anywhere else you stand on the platform, there'll be two goombas that come down because of how the screen is positioned. So that's neat. Makes that level a bit easier. To not have to worry about two extra goombas. No. I think I was too far left slightly. Nice. Yeah, that happens. And it wouldn't happen if I full jumped that, but I forgot to full jump that jump and threaded the needle accidentally. It's alright. Okay. Let's focus a bit more. No. So at the start there, I am actually trying to jump over that wall, but it requires a very particular jump off of both note blocks to be able to get over the wall, where you kind of clip the first note block and fall off of it so that you're higher up when you bounce off of the second note block. It doesn't lose any time to go for, so I always go for it. Very clean. I guess it's not better to spin off the Spunny now I think about it more though. Alright, good start. Hopefully I remember where to jump here. No, I was too early by a block. Okay. That's fine. It is a Derust for a reason. That's time loss from slowing down the boo. Oh, forgot that big boo was there. Dang it. Yeah, not a very good speedrun today. Oh, that's cool. That rising beds. Oh, forgot that existed. Alright. That's better. Alright, 9 more. Almost there. I think I might jump in like twice there. There we go. Very important to spit that in a particular location to snipe 1, 2, 3 bombs. Oh, dang it, that was too fast. Okay, I was just playing this safe, because I didn't want to run back to get the Yoshi. Alright. On to the last world. Very nice. Oh, barely too fast. Alright, hit all the strats there. Very nice. Yeah, 454 is kind of ridiculous in full game. Alright, good start to World 18. Oh no, feels so bad to miss that goal too. Unfortunately, you don't collect the goal like in Super Mario Maker 2 when you run through like the goal tape. I mean, through the goal posts. Or like in the original Super Mario World for that matter, I guess. I missed the cycle, I think. No, I got it. Okay. Wow, that was optimal. Slow pattern, unfortunately. At least it's a second. So it's not too much. Very nice. Love to see a clean 18-3. Like, aside from the first room, this has been amazing. I guess I'm finally feeling good about the strats that I have in this level. Yeah, 442, 5 injury. So good. 438. What's my goal time? Yeah. My goal time for this level is 436 to 438. It's very nice. Then. Just a safety shot on it. It's too far away from Bowser to do the optimal matching. Maybe just stop a little bit closer to him. Oh, okay. Oh, haven't done that in forever. Yeah, there was a gap there. Okay. We do at least get our 5-5 back though, so don't have to do the whole Bowser lure, as long as I don't mess up the fight. Okay, decent. Alright. Unfortunate death, because that definitely killed the gold in World 18, but honestly really happy with a lot of the movement, which is what I care about more. I care about, am I consistent at the movement or not? So I'm consistent in the movement, I'm going to save a lot of time over the course of 88 levels from just having cleaner movement than anyone else. So being able to do the clean movement consistently is a big deal to me. Even if this run is not good. Alright, 3 more. Oh, that's, yeah. So yeah, I was just dead there. Because I forgot to ground pound and I used up my flutter. Okay, looks like this is gonna need some work just to remember what to do here because I'm not doing what I normally do, that's for sure. Anyway, this skip saves 8 seconds because this skull coaster kind of goes backwards and forwards right here. So it saves a lot of time to not avoid the backwards and forwards. Alright, not great. So, guess that's just something to practice though. Do I do... I'm thinking about 1808 already, because 18.7 is just an auto underwater level. Am I conflicted on 18.8? Because of the whole risk-reward thing for doing a strat that saves 11 seconds, or 10.5 seconds. Alright, surprisingly did not spawn any underwater angry red wigglers. Kinda like these lava bubbles, the arcs that these lava bubbles do coming out of the pipes underwater. Unfortunately, oh? Yeah, I don't think this can sub 2 hours. Yeah, probably not. I think it's theoretically possible, but yeah, don't think so. I guess I can try for it. Wouldn't hurt to. No. Good try. But yeah, that's the problem with this strat. You can die to the shell jump. If you couldn't die to the shell jump, I'd not hesitate to do this in full game. And I have done it in runs. But I feel like it's just not worth it. That was a clean start to 18-8 though, so that's good. Oh wow. Alright, I'll do it a bit more intended. By a bit more intended, I mean do this instead. Usually you're supposed to climb a vine by dropping the spring down in the cubby hole to the right in that room, but that's kind of slow. I have to run back. There we go. Bad. What's so bad? Yeah, not good. Yeah, totally. Alright, Cheer 138 with a grand total of 18 deaths. So let's see if anyone guessed that on the poll. No, only that's fair. There's only probably 2 people who guessed it. Yeah. Alright. If there's any consolation though, we did get a golden world 15, so it's always nice to have a better sum of best segments. Under 145.30 as well. Sum of best is 145.29 with the golden world 15. Alright. I'll probably leave it here for today. I'm going to do some testing later. But I don't really have my streaming set up on my PC. I only have it set up on my recording device here. So I won't be streaming that. Save splits, please. That's good. Alright, yeah, thank you for watching. Not sure when I'll be back, but hopefully start doing these streams a bit more frequently again. Maybe once a week. We'll see though. It just kind of depends on me. Alright, that's all.